Welcome, and today we have visited Honda Wing East Rand to pick up this. It's the new Honda CB1000 Hornet, and it's rather a handsome creature. And more so, it's the SP model, with more power and better suspension. And a reasonable enough price of 265,000 Rand. It took a while to reach South African showrooms because homologation of motorcycles in South Africa can often be a pain in the backside. But here it is, the naked rendition of Honda's sport bikes, featuring a 2017 CB1000 Fireblade inline-4 motor.
Which is sort of strange because recently we haven't been getting a lot of just 4-cylinder inline-4 screamer motors, whereas back in the day, like 90s, 2000s, all of that, it was just littered with them. They were everywhere. Every single bike you rode was pretty much a 4-cylinder inline-4 with a screamer motor. And then all of a sudden the V4s started coming, and then everyone started doing parallel twins and V-twins, and all sorts of weird kind of stuff happened, and the sort of inline-4 just sort of disappeared. It sort of went out of fashion, and you didn't really hear them enough. And at the time it was very exciting because you're like, yeah, you know, look at all this new interesting stuff. We're not just sitting with inline-4s, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, you know, now suddenly what, like 20 years ago we're sitting here going, oh look, an inline-4. I mean, it's a bit like hearing a song you used to play as a child. I mean, it's not a song you particularly, you know, it wasn't your favorite song, but you hear it now years and years later, you go, hey, remember that? Yes. It's pretty much that. And of course, Honda East Rand has put on this exhaust pipe, which makes it even a bit, yeah, kind of, listen to that, makes it good. Let's take a listen. It's like I'm at the Rhino Rally in 1995. Whoom, 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 whoom. That was the sound of a biking nation.
The original Fireblade motor pushed 189 horsepower, while this, the SP Hornet, puts forward 155. It's less, but Honda assures us that this motor has been retuned for better bottom end and mid-range performance, something in the past that was a bit of a problem.
And I used to hate that. I really did. I completely hated that because back in the day it didn't really work. They had this whole idea of, well, it's naked, so we flushed out the torque in the mid-range to make a nice sort of ride for mid-range. But in those days, you're either using carburetors or you're using very kind of what would be now redundant fuel injection systems. And the bike just felt a bit... They took a motor that's really great out of the superbikes and all of that, and just made it feel numb. It's like taking a university professor, top prodigy of science or whatever, and giving them a lobotomy, and they just walk around going drooly. It just felt numb and a bit dull, especially when you know where they came from. But nowadays it's a bit different. I mean, with the fuel injection, the ride-by-wire, the way they modify these motors, all of that, they can genuinely move power from the top end and put into the mid-range, and it feels great. Something I have noticed when you're accelerating harder, going fast, is often naked bikes tend to sort of get a little bit kind of weavy, and this feels remarkably planted, especially when you take into account this new chassis. They've done the sort of steel trellis thing, which is renowned for its stability, and you do notice that bikes that require stability over agility tend to kind of use that kind of thing, sports bikes. We see it a lot on a lot of the naked bikes, and our Honda's just adapted that. And I think it is a lot more stable. Yeah, this is definitely an improvement.
Previously, Honda used its traditional aluminium frames for pretty much all of its sports bikes, but here adopts the steel trellis units. An alternative used more and more these days, especially for bikes wanting stability, while still being able to hit the corners without the assistance of a forklift. This is aided by a wet weight of just 212 kilograms, which is a decent 5 kilograms less than the bike's predecessor.
This bike is comfortable. I mean, yeah, okay, sure, this is not a cruiser. It's not floating over the bumps and ruts on the road. The seat isn't made of the finest sort of couch material, and yeah, I'm not exactly completely laying out flat, but for a naked bike, it's really roomy, really good. Honda's always been good at that ergonomic triangle. Everyone's known Honda's the best when it comes to that. My legs are not cramped, my arms are fine, my seat's good enough, I'm sitting upright. Just everything is just fine. There's not, there's many bikes you get onto, and as you sort of, you're gonna go, oh, okay, that's a bit, or oh, that's a bit, or that's a bit. No, this you kind of get on. You just sort of go, okay, you don't notice anything wrong, and that's where it comes right. When you don't notice things are wrong, then obviously it's right. And the suspension, I mean, it's firmish, but not. My orthopedic surgeon's not getting any business out of me from this.
That suspension on this SP model is an Öhlins rear shock and shower big piston forks up front, and the brakes are Stylemma models from Brembo.
And that's a good thing, because these brakes, they were 3 years ago, they were on the latest greatest superbikes, and they work. They stop well, but more than that, they've got feeling. That's what I keep saying, where the top of class Brembos have. It's not just stopping power, it's control, it's moderation of the brakes, to be able to sort of trail brake in the corners, to have more control over it, rather than just being an on-off, stop-go button. This dash looks good, it's fairly straightforward, although I will admit I did something stupid. So this bike has an up-down quick shifter, which works well. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but it's up there. It's definitely one of the good ones. But you got over here, you got where it says the quick shift. I saw this quick shifter little icon with a number above it, and immediately I thought to myself, with up down, oh, so it's got levels of quick shifter. What sort of level of quick shifter does it have? And then I changed gear, and oh wait, no, hang on. It's a gear indicator, you moron.
Apart from the dash and the quick shifter, it also has connectivity, hazard lights that flash when you brake hard, and then there's the riding modes, traction control and ABS, but not a 6-axis IMU.
It's not the most advanced electronic system in the world. It doesn't have cornering ABS or cornering traction control, but you know what, even the SP model, it's not the ultimate truck weapon. It's the ultimate kind of bit of everything weapon. I don't think anybody's going to go to Kyle Army on this thing and attempt to break their personal best. That's just not where they kind of directed this bike. It's just, so yeah, we can put on all that fancy stuff, and what exactly is it going to achieve? I just think it's a little bit superfluous. This is enough. I mean, when you're riding on roads, public roads, and you're enjoying yourself, this is enough.
All of this is good and well, but there's one thing to consider. The whole is more than the sum of the parts.
So this bike, it's a Honda, and that just sort of tells you everything you need to know right there and then. It's a Honda. Hondas have this way of just, for example, I haven't given a big criticism of this bike. I mean, obviously there's no wind protection, but what do you expect? You're buying a naked bike. But on the other hand, there is nothing I could just pinpoint as being terrible. There's nothing. I mean, everything on here works well enough for me to not have to complain about it. Yeah, this bike is maybe not quite as exciting as some of the others, Super Dukes, all of that kind of thing. But it's not like it's boring at the same time. It isn't. It just everything works. Everything works well. It's a good price, a good bike. It's comfortable. It's made well. It looks good. It goes well enough. It handles well enough. It stops well enough. It's Honda.